Hi everybody. This is video 15 and it is August 19th, 2016. February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So it has been 6 months and like 2 or 3 weeks since my surgery. And as you can see, I'm in my new place. Wrong side. Um, I moved out of California finally. Um, So a lot of changes. When I started my surgery journey, um, gosh, I'm getting ahead of myself in thoughts. So my surgery was, gosh, when was it? February 5th or 6th of this year, 2016. And my weigh-in was 371 pounds the day of surgery. And I was wearing a size 52 waist and pants or shorts, and a 4 or 5 XL in shirts. Can you believe that? I went clothes shopping the other day, and I found a size 52. And I was like, oh my God, I can't even believe I was that big. And I'm not even to my goal weight. I'm not far away. I'm a lot closer than I was 6 months ago. I have lost almost 100 pounds. Almost. I just weighed myself, and I'm 277 pounds. No, 276. I don't want to cheat myself. And it's 276 even, just even. So I keep going through this phase of, in the beginning, I was losing a lot of weight. And then I was really worried that as my stomach was kind of not returning to normal, thank God, but as my stomach was healing, where I can hold my 1 cup of food, actually, it's more like maybe, is it more than 1 cup? It seems like it. Maybe a cup and a half. No more than that. So, let's see. Again, getting ahead of my thoughts here. Um, so, I totally lost my train of thought, and I refuse to edit these videos because I'm one of those people that if I do something and I go back and I watch it, I'll see all these flaws. I hate my voice. I hate the way I look. I hate the lighting. I'll just delete it. And when I was first doing videos, it took forever. And I would just completely redo videos, and then I would be so frustrated after the 15th try, and I would just like, forget it, I'm not doing this anymore. So I'm doing these in one take. I'm uploading it. Love it, hate it. It is what I have to do because these videos are more for me as my encouragement. So, because this morning I watched the very first video, and I was like, oh my God, I was fat. I mean, when you're at that stage and you see yourself, you're kind of like, yeah, this is normal. This is the normal me. And no, that's not the normal you, or you wouldn't be on this journey, right? So, anyways, so I went to the store and I saw these 52 pants and I held it up and I'm like, how did I ever fit into this? And even now I go out to lunch with like, I only do this with like my mom or like immediate family with their permission. We go out to eat and I'll just eat off of their plate. Just like nibble off of this, or like if their entree comes with like the salad or soup, I'll be like, you know what, I'm a cheap date. Can I just have your soup or salad? And they're like, sure, of course, and they're eating all their food. And I'm like, oh my God, how do you eat all that? I can't imagine. But, it's like when I see all this food coming out, like the other day we went to, help me out, my Olive Garden. And they were bringing all you can eat salad and breadsticks and these big entrees. And I'm like, oh my God, I used to eat this. I used to eat 2 servings of the all you can eat salad and like 3 or 4 orders of their breadsticks and my main entree. And then I would have a dessert and I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so full. Can I eat any more? Yeah, of course I can. now it's like I eat, gosh, just I normally eat the main dish that I really like to eat is omelets. I really like them, and I was never a huge fan of eggs before, but I found that it's easy for me. I can like eat, and then if I start to feel overfull, because I still have a problem with that, where not, I'm still in that visual mode of like, oh yeah, I'm used to eating all this, but then when I start eating, it's like, oh, after a few minutes, it starts settling down on my stomach, and I'm like, oh, I need to stop now. But eggs, I find that if I get to that point of like, oh, I overate, it doesn't last too long, and I don't have the cramps and all that. But this journey has been really good for me. It's been, um, I was talking to a family member the other day, and I was like, when it comes to like going to the dentist, I'm like, I'll postpone it until it's like I have a really bad toothache and I'm in tears and I can't stand it anymore, and I'm like okay, I have to go to the dentist so I'll feel better, and whatever. When it came to the morning of the surgery, I was literally like jumping up by that gurney. I'm like, I'm so ready for this. So be prepared for the hair loss. Um, the people that I've talked to, family, whatever, who had this surgery or who had the reun-y, they all experienced the weight loss. I mean, the weight loss. Yeah, of course they did. Not editing that, they experienced the hair loss. And so the first, I would say, the couple of weeks, I was like, oh, I'm the lucky one. Nothing is happening to me. Then I was like washing my hair, and it was like a scene out of a horror movie. I was just like, it was like strands of hair everywhere, and it was just like the more I ran my fingers through my hair, I was just like, oh my god, I'm like dying or something. All this hair is coming out, and it's clogging my sink and my shower, and I was just kind of like, you know what? Before when I was really obese, I was on all kinds of medication. I was on two different high blood pressure medication. I mean, 7 different pills. It was just unbelievable. And I was like, if I can trade that just for thinning hair, that's supposed to be temporary, could be, may not be, um, it's worth it. And I've always been like, I want a full head of hair. I don't want to lose, my hair. It's a guy thing, I guess, and women too. Of course, you don't want to be a baldy, but it started falling out, and it's really thin. It's really thin to me. I really noticed a difference. So it's slowed down now. But I remember the other day the doctor saying, well, it about after 6 months after surgery, it kind of slows down. So it's like, okay, and it has. So let's talk about some no-nos. Do I want to confess this? I don't take bariatric vitamins anymore. I found them to be a hassle. I didn't want to, just the whole routine of getting up in the morning, taking 3 of these, with this, without this, 2 hours from that. This is not medical advice. I am not suggesting you should do this. I am not advocating this. For me, I might start later. I'm so lazy. Of course I'm lazy. That's how I got fat, right? So, yeah, it was just, pencils in my windowsill. So, I don't take them. Now, I may wind up going and doing labs, and they're like, oh, you're vitamin deficient and all that. Then I'm going to start taking them, of course. But for now, I feel fine. I'm also not, gosh, do I confess all these bad things? I'm not sticking to that 1 ounce every 5 minutes or whatever it was of water. Water intake is important, but I drink at my own pace. I have my iced tea. I have all this stuff, and so I think, but I should say that if I'm doing like yard work or where I'm sweating a lot, I make it a point where I take my water breaks and I'm like, okay, you know what, I have to hydrate. And so I do that. So I guess I self monitor. So that's good. Um, so I moved out of California. Not that this has anything to do with my bariatric journey, but it has everything to do with my journey, my journey in life. And this is like the whole new beginning for me, my whole new life. I bought my first place. Um, so this is my house, and it's not under construction, it's under renovation. Um, I bought it from a guy who unfortunately is ill. He's a Vietnam vet, so I'm honored to have met him and got to know him. And so he's not well, unfortunately, but he had this place as a rental, and as a low income housing rental, it wasn't kept up too well. But I love it. It has everything I was looking for. It's not in California. It has a fireplace. It has a full basement, which I'm going to turn into a home theater. It's a guy thing, I guess. And so, yeah, it's perfect for me. I really like it. I will give you a tour maybe because they had painted the fireplace. You can't see it. I've been painting and I have to get it done today. But they painted the fireplace, and so I'm trying to strip it down to the original brick, and I'm having a really hard time. I spent like $100 on paint strippers, so if you have any advice, please comment below. I will show you the fireplace. So there's the fireplace, and you can see I haven't been able to. I removed a lot of the first layers of paint, but it's a daunting task. So, anyways, back to my bariatric. No dumping. I did in the beginning. I had a really bad case of food poisoning at a place in Clovis, California. I will not mention their name, but they do have a duck in their symbol. So, got food poisoning. Really, really sick. A lot of vomiting and all the nasty stuff that goes along with it for a couple of days, and lost 10 pounds. So I guess there's a plus side even to the bad, right? So I'm just rambling at this point. Do you have any questions? If so, please ask. I feel great. I postponed having knee surgery because I have a torn meniscus and just really nasty stuff going on with my knee. I had one surgery before, but I was so fat that walking, I tore the meniscus. Just that simple. And so I need to have surgery again, but I was just like, you know what, at 371 and going up probably to 400 pounds, it's pointless. It really was. So I figured I'm going to get down to my goal weight, and then I'm going to have surgery and start fixing me up. Excess skin, huge problem. Not so much in my neck. I think I'll have it when I get older, and on film I can see some fat pockets there that I'll have fixed. The doctors expected me to get down to 270. I'm 270. Oh my God. Then I pretty much reached my goal weight, right? That's my temporary goal weight is 270. I do little goals for myself, so not to get overwhelmed. I do like 5 or 6 pounds. So I'm at 276. So my temporary goal weight is 270. And it's important to tell yourself it's a temporary goal weight because it's going to be modified. So you want to not disappoint yourself. That way, if you stay at, within one parameter for a while, you're not like, oh my God, I suck and my life is over. But when you do reach it, or if you weigh yourself and you're like 1 pound, even 1 pound beyond it, it's a really good feeling. I've done that where I was like stuck. I was stuck at 300 pounds for the longest time. And then I stepped on the scale and I was 299. I was like, oh, wow, I did it. And then I started moving from California to Missouri, of all places. And it was like 287. I was like, wow. I skipped the 90s altogether. And then it's 276. So it's a good feeling. I need to stay active. But stay tuned for some really exciting videos because my journey continues in 5 months. I'm leaving the United States. And I'm leaving for a while. I'm not going to spoil it and tell you where right now. But my videos are going to appear in the new place. So that's going to be fun. And I hope you guys stay around for it. So, yeah, stay strong. It's a scary, scary journey. And I'm going to give you some tips. You know, when you're in a bad place in your life, you surround yourself with people who complement that way of life. If you are suffering from low self-esteem and just mentally in a really bad place, you surround yourself with people who are going to enable that. You're going to have an abusive relationship, abusive friends. Your family, if you're hanging around an unhealthy family, they're going to tear you down. Why'd you do this? How come you haven't done this? Why aren't you at this point in your life? And it's like, man, you know, just focus to them. Focus on your own life. I'm sure you don't have all of your shit together to sit there and judge me, right? Same with being obese. We know we are in a crappy place, and we try to be happy. And a lot of people are happy. So if you're happy, you're obviously not watching this video. But if you're like I was, where you're like eating because you're depressed, because you hate the way you look, you hate the way you feel, you know people perceive you as one of those people, that you're lazy and just, you know, why don't you sit down the hamburger and go for a jog? Well, when you're in that position, it's stuff that just drags down your self-esteem and it beats you all to hell. It really does. This journey is yours. This is your way of taking that control back. It's you saying, you know what? I've had enough. This is my life, and I'm in control. And so when I'm ready, I will take that step. I will start that journey. But maybe you're not ready. Maybe you're thinking about it. Maybe you're scared. Because you know what? It's really a comfort. When you are in a really bad place, it's a comfort to wrap yourself up in your blanket and have your junk food and sit in front of the TV or a movie, or to hang out with unhealthy friends and socialize over food. Maybe your vice is drugs. It's the same principle. It really is. It's the exact same thing. So, you know, when you get to that point and you start taking that journey and you're like, you know what, this is mine. This is for me. This is to make me feel better. You're going to see that those people start tearing you down because they have control over you. By tearing you down, they are keeping you on that same bad path in life, and that's control for them. That's power to them. So when you start taking this journey, you may have a lot of negative people. Why are you doing this? Why now? Gosh, that sure is going to cost a lot of money. You're not going to be able to do that. Are you sure you're going to be able to eat that little amount of food? You're used to eating so much more. You're going to have people that maybe they will just prepare their meals. Be like, wow, don't this look good? Don't you wish you had this? Are you sure you want to give this up? Then you need to start thinking, are these people the people that I want in my life right now? You don't have to cut them out completely. If they're family, I understand. Well, I got to the point where I just cut those people out. I'm just like, you know what, I can't handle you. But, you know, maybe you just need to just temporarily take a step back, focus on you for a while, take this journey, do the surgery, and get your shit together, you know? Focus on you. Be okay. Because if you're not okay, then you're not going to be any good to other people, right? And the people that you're going to be good for, they're going to start coming into your life. Once you start getting rid of all those negativities, all that bad stuff, all those bad people, all the bad relationships, if you're in a bad relationship, it's going to get a lot tougher for you. Because as you start losing weight, they're going to start feeling more insecure. They're going to want to start controlling you more. They're going to start trying to enable your bad habits because they know that through those bad habits, they have control over you and your life. They have control over your friends, where you go, what you do. But when you start losing the weight and you start feeling confident and you start dressing a little better, start caring about your appearance, then you start gaining that control back. You start seeing the world around you for what it really is like. You start seeing the people for who they really are. And then you're going to have family and friends who completely support you. Those are the people you want to hang on to. I know it's a scary time. I know it's going to be a very scary journey. But it's time. You know that, or you wouldn't be watching these videos. You wouldn't be exploring whether or not this is a really good opportunity for you, a good time in your life. It's never going to be the perfect time. I'm going to tell you that. You'll always come up with an excuse. Well, I got this coming up. Oh, I want to get past the holidays. I want to get past this person's birthday, this anniversary. Every year, the same birthdays, the same anniversaries are going to happen on the exact same day. Same holidays. It's always in November, Thanksgiving. Christmas is always December 25th. New Year's is always the 1st of January. It's never going to change. The thing that needs to change is you. And this is your start. So whether or not you're going to have the gastric sleeve, the reun-y, whatever your journey is, it's for you. It's your way of taking control back. It's your way of saying, you know what, I love me. And this is the best thing for me. And if you can't support it, if you can't get on board, then you know what? Maybe it's time that those people leave. Maybe it's time you say, enough is enough. I don't need anybody else to control my life. I can do it. And you can. You'll be okay. Do this. You'll love yourself even more for it. It's the person you knew you were always meant to be. I don't regret it. So, enough with the heavies talk, right? Thank you for watching. And I look forward to continuing this journey for myself and with you, and learning about other people's experiences, new or old. We're always experiencing something new. Take care.